Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the one and only and amazing Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, sir?
Let's go. It's Saturday.
There you go. So every day is Saturday. That's right. So, hey, I want to talk to real estate agents, real estate brokers. I read a terrifying statistic this morning. 37% of real estate agents and brokers did not pay their office rent last month.
Wow.
37%. I know it's bad out there. I didn't know it was that bad this fast. That is a frightening statistic. So I think we got to talk about it. I think we need to give some advice to agents that are their cash flow is drying up. It's not last year. So what should we be telling them? What should they be thinking about?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all of you guys take a look at your current economic state, right? For all of us, we all have our own. Look at your bank balance, look at how much reserves you have, and really ask yourself if for some reason production stopped tomorrow, could you still live over the next 2 or 3 months, 4 months, right? And what I found is most real estate agents, the answer is no, because we're so used to making a paycheck. And what do we do with that paycheck?
Spend it.
We go buy dumb shit that we don't need, right?
Yes.
Like, and then all of a sudden the market changes and then you have no reserves and you're trying to sell whatever you bought for half of what you bought it for. It's not going to sell. So my advice for all of us, for all of you real estate agents, right? And another statistic, Berkshire Hathaway just posted the average agent makes $56,000 a year. If the average agent makes $50,000 a year and 37% of them are behind on their office rents, I mean, you guys, we have to start to look at this. And then what I'm going to ask you is, what's the definition of insanity?
Amen.
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you think you're going to go to open houses, if you think that you're going to get business the way that you got business over the last 2 years, you are setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, Brian Lebo, a broker I talk to in Las Vegas once or twice a month, he and I had a conversation 6 months ago, something about, he calls it MOL, MOL, stands for months of life. This is something he came to understand in the '08 crash where Vegas was destroyed. He had a big team. He had 3 different cars. He was balling out, and he saw what was coming, and he got small. He survived. He just kept going, and he came out of it stronger. Brian Lebo is who he is today because he made hard choices in '08. He's a baller today because of the hard. You need to survive this. Again, I've told real estate agents, you have a choice. You can either understand your months of life or your discretionary or whatever you want to call it, or you can become a barista. It's your choice. And I think real estate is amazing. I think there will be 30, 40, 50% less agents in a year and a half. The ones that survive, you'll have a network, you'll have production, you will be so resilient that nothing, I mean, if you can survive the next 18 months, nothing will scare you in the next 30 years. But you've got to make hard things today, hard decisions today.
And the market share that you gain from that. I mean, you guys, now is the time to take your competition's business.
Absolutely.
Here's another scary statistic. Gary V posted it this morning. Household debt soars at the fastest pace in 15 years as credit card usage surge. I believe, if the statistic's correct, how many of them are behind on their credit card bills?
Yeah, delinquencies are at record highs. It's like 2.2 to 3%, I believe. It's pretty bad.
It's one of the highest we've seen in in a very long time.
Yeah, and also cars. I mean, again, I called out stimulus ballers, right? The number of payments that are behind delinquencies, cars are being repoed. Folks, if you're watching this, certainly if you're in the real estate or mortgage industry, really, it's even households. Look at your spending. Right? I will tell you firsthand experience that wealth is built in recessions, but you got to survive. Some of you all need to be balling out a lot less, right? Jeff Bezos, that guy, right? The Amazon guy. He just put out a video, I think it was on Instagram or whatnot, basically saying the average American needs to stop buying, big products. Like, he's talking about TVs and washing machines. He's like, stop that nonsense. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be rough, but it's also going to be amazing, right? Where
Yes.
there is great pain, there's great opportunity, but you've got to look at your spending. Take out your checkbook or your credit card or debit card or PayPal or whatever you use to pay stuff. Look at it and write down what is a need versus a want. This is something Olivia and I did 20 years ago that nobody is doing now. Look at your spending, need versus want. And you all are spending too much on wants. All of that dry powder is oxygen for the future. And if you have enough dry powder, it is opportunity. Cash is not trash. Cash is an opportunity on future deals.
So good. So good. And an opportunity to take that little $100 bills and have them go make more little $100 bills.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's $1,000 bills, right? This is the time, but you've got to watch your spending, and agents, be very careful.
Yeah. So action steps for agents, right? Understand that you're going to make way more money, I believe, in the next year or so in off-market deals. So if I were you, I would put your intention on finding the sellers that actually have to sell. I'm not talking about an expired listing. I'm not talking about it for sale by owner, unless their motivation is high. If you are working with someone and their only motivation is price, you need to fire that person. Now we are not in you guys, we've been so much in the disqualifying sector, right? I want to qualify this person so I know if I don't need to go on to the appointment or actually go on to the appointment. We need to qualify them much better over these next 6 to 12 months to figure out what their real need is. A lot of us think it's the highest price possible. It's not. So diversify your business a little bit. Start to look at wholesale. Start to look at seller finance. Understand what a seller finance is. How do you structure it? Start to learn that now. Zuber has tons of videos on it, guys. Go back in, right? This is the time. If we can put our blinders on, if we can work with the people that have to do something, and we can get strategic about our actions, you won't have a problem. But if you're continuing to do the same thing, hosting the same open houses, calling the same leads, going after the same people, it's not going to work.
Yeah. In the end, folks, where there's great pain, there's great opportunity. Again, I think there's a lot of agents already leaving the business. That 37% not making office rent is a problem. You've got to look at your spend, right? It's oxygen. And right now, if it's all going out, not coming in, you got to be careful. You've got to get through this. And again, the people that survive the next 2 years will just eat market share and do quite well in the future. So I'm excited. I know I am. Adrian, if somebody wanted to be a part of your team, get some mentoring and follow you, how would they do that?
Instagram @Adrian Hernandez. Let's take advantage of the opportunity, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much.